Good morning. It's pretty chilly outside, so gotta take Heiser out and let him go potty. Welcome to my humble abode. Every day of van life is different, so I figured why not take you along and show you what we got cooking up today. But first, I gotta clean this disaster. Van life is absolutely awesome, don't get me wrong, but it gets heavily romanticized on social media. And my goal today with this video is to show you more of the real side, show you what my actual day looks like, and not just show you all of the pretty camera angles and make it look way cooler than it really is, I guess. It is really cool, but there's a lot of annoying little things about it too. As you guys can probably see, I have a lot of stuff on my countertop right now. It's not usually the case. I try to keep it pretty... Sorry, it always beeps when I turn on the inverter. I try to keep the countertop pretty clean, but I've got this because I'm installing that tomorrow. I might install another one today actually. And then I've got some extra food that didn't fit in my cabinets because I a little bit overestimated how much storage I had in here. And I'm out of paper towels. Damn it. Well, that's not good. If you guys can hear that beeping, that's my inverter getting pissed off. I don't know why this is a new problem. I don't know if it's because it's cold or what exactly is causing this, but lately, if I try to run like the oven and the stovetop at the same time, it freaks out like this, and it used to never do that. And now I don't even have the stovetop going, it's just the oven and it's freaking out. So I don't know, but it's still, it's still heating my bagels. It might not be good for my inverter to be doing that, I don't know, but I'm hungry, so I'm gonna let it just get mad, and it's only got to survive for another minute and a half and then I'll shut it off. I really like this cup, but I keep forgetting that you got to put it in the water first before the scoops. So yeah, that's a problem I'm gonna have to look into. Guys, you probably can't even see me. Holy cow, yeah. Jeez. I'm sorry. Now you can see me, but now my background's washed out. I just can't win. So I spent the night in this desert last night, and it's a weird little spot. I don't know what this is. It's like an old abandoned neighborhood or something. But there's like a whole bunch of concrete pads and stuff that look like old buildings were there or something, or there was supposed to be buildings that never got built. I'm not sure. And then like, it's like a little neighborhood of roads and stuff. There's a little cul-de-sac and stuff. I flew the drone over last night kind of checking it out, and then Heiser and I went on a walk at sunset. I'm not really sure what this place is, but there's a lot of fellow van and bus and RV lifers out here. I mean, it's a public land spot. It's not like I'm not supposed to be here, but it's just kind of an interesting spot, but it's definitely a good one. It was nice and quiet. That's a positive. Better than when we stayed downtown on New Year's. That was a bad decision. It didn't pick it up in the video at all. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. But when I took Heiser out to the bathroom that night, I didn't realize, but we parked right next to like an Indian party, and they were playing like that loud, like da 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 da. I don't even know how to describe it. Like there's that one song. Everyone knows that one song. And they were playing that so loud. I was like, I'm even gonna fall asleep to this, and it's gonna haunt me forever. I'm really annoyed with the inverter freaking out like that. That's the worst it's been. I haven't had a problem just running the oven. I've only had a couple times where when I was running the oven and the stove that it started to freak out. So like I said, I don't know if it's just because it's cold, because it's not that cold. I mean, it's probably in the 50, it's probably 50. But I don't know if it's temperature or if the inverter is just like getting worn out. I don't even know if that can happen. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I've kind of just ignored the problem and hoped it will go away, and clearly, clearly that method is not working very well. All right, Heiser, you probably want fed too, huh, bud? Let's get you some food. Okay. Well, Heiser and I are gonna enjoy our breakfast, enjoy a little bit of a slow morning here, and then I'll catch back up with you guys here in a bit. So one thing about living in a van is that when it gets cold and you've got heat inside of here, the entire windshield, all the windows, everything get completely drenched, especially because my heater is a propane heater. Propane puts a lot of moisture into the air when it burns. And so there's just an ungodly amount of moisture in here, which is not good because you don't want moisture in your house. You don't want mold growing in your house or anything. But it's kind of like a necessary evil you've got to battle. I did used to have a dehumidifier in here, and it didn't really seem to do much. I think it's partially because like I constantly open and close the doors and the windows and stuff. So like what can it really do? But I have been thinking about getting one just to run at night when I'm running the heater, because I do have everything sealed up at night, and at least then, hopefully, it wouldn't get quite as bad. Having these insulated window covers does help a lot. Like that window's fine, but it's also facing the sun. This one's probably not. Yeah, this one's completely soaked. The one facing the sun was able to dry out, but these window covers are freaking awesome, but they're very expensive. They do a really good job of blocking out light is the main reason I use them, but then they're also nice because they help keep in some of the heat. But they are absurdly expensive, I'm not gonna lie. And then I just stuff them all back here behind the driver's seat. Well, Heiser and I had some fun playing some fetch out here, but it is time for us to move on from this spot. I've got a job to get to. It actually happens to be in the neighborhood that's like right over here. So I've got two options. Either I can go back out that way, out onto the highway, go all the way around and then back into the neighborhood. Or I figured it might be a little bit more fun to see if we can follow these abandoned roads and get ourselves into the neighborhood. I looked at Google Maps and it looks like it's possible. So we're gonna at least see if we're gonna find out. It's always a little bit nervy going any sort of off-road on the van or in the van, just being that it is my house. I don't ever want to have any issues arise, but I think this should be pretty doable. There is a truck back here, so I know somebody made it back here. I'm glad I don't care about my paint because I'm gonna scratch the shit out of it. Oh, those are some giant needles. Ugh. I don't care about it, but I still care about it, you know? Gosh, lots of sharp rocks. Oh, oh, I think we can do this. There's a lady walking. She's probably like, what the hell are you doing? This is a steep incline here. Oh gosh. We are gonna make it out though. Look at that. How sweet is that? Cool. And yeah, that first job that I got for this lady is just right in this little neighborhood. So I'm just gonna park here so I can get the drone back down out of the air. And just like that, we have re-entered civilization. Now I've gotta make myself look at least semi-presentable to go do this job here, make some money. Not too far from where we stayed, this lady called me just last night actually. and has a few plumbing problems she wants me to take a look at, see if I can get taken care of for her. So that's what we're gonna do. Obviously, because I'm going into a stranger's house, I'm not gonna bring the camera with me, unless she's cool with it, I guess. We'll see how it goes. Some people think it's cool and I can film what I do. Otherwise, I mean, I'm in their house. I'm playing by their rules. I don't care at all if they're not comfortable with that. So we'll see how it is. We'll kind of feel it out and we'll go from there. So this is what we're doing. All we're doing is changing out some old washing machine lines that are leaking back here. I'm gonna put on some fresh ones.
So, I mean, it's probably been 20 plus years since that's been...
Yeah, I'm sure that those hoses have been on there for a very long time. Even just the fact that they're those old black rubbery ones. Back in the van, just like that. We are a little bit richer. Was a pretty easy job. Just had to hook up a new washing machine. The old washing machine hoses were just worn out and basically seized on the old valves. So got those off, got the new ones on, got her washer machine up and running, and now she's happy. And then she had me take a look at a couple of... Ah! There you go. There's a realistic living in a van. Hang on, guys. I left a pan on top of the oven and it just went flying. I'll be right back. All right, now after that short intermission. So she had me look at a couple other things. I found that the shower head that she was having problems with was cracked, and that's why it was leaking. So there wasn't really anything I could do other than replace it, obviously. So she's gonna go pick out a new one, and I'm gonna come back later next week and put that in for her. So it turned out that I actually got some more work out of that work, so that's always good. But now I'm running into the problem of, so I just accepted a part-time job, like, what day was, I don't know, like a few days ago. That's all that really matters, a few days ago. I accepted a part-time job, and then tomorrow I have like the same day I accepted it, I got a call and got an interview for another part-time job that I've got that interview tomorrow. So, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. So that's basically, I have 2 part-time jobs, and I'm also doing these like side hustle plumbing jobs on the side. But now I'm running into the issue of scheduling. It makes it very difficult. So I scheduled her for Wednesday, but I have no idea what my schedule for that first part-time job is. Like, my first day is Sunday in 2 days. Today's Friday. My first day is Sunday, and like hopefully I find out then, and hopefully I can tell them like, hey, I've got something Wednesday afternoon. Because like that's the problem, is I get these part-time jobs. Like, the idea was to get a part-time job to be able to have some sort of like consistent income coming in, but I make significantly more and enjoy it a lot more working for myself and doing my own side hustles, you know. But the problem is they haven't been consistent enough lately and to bring in the kind of money that I'm looking for, at least. Like, it's been good money, but it's just not been enough jobs, you know. Like, each job pays well, but there's not enough of them. So I picked up a part-time job. Well, and then as soon as this happens, as soon as I accept a job, and as soon as this other one calls me, after I've been trying to get a job for the last month, that's when all my side jobs start pouring in. Like, I'm booked like every day now. I've got constant just work, which is great. It's fantastic. But I've got these other jobs that I've got to try to worry about now, and I don't want to, like, geez, now everything is just flying back there. But the problem is like, I don't want to just quit this part-time job because I've been trying to get it for the last month, because the side work has been so inconsistent, and now the side work is consistent and I have these jobs. So it's like, I just can't win. I don't know what to do. So I'm a little bit stressed, just worried about scheduling and whatnot, and trying to juggle basically 3 jobs at once. But I guess we'll just take it day by day, see what happens. But right now I'm heading to Planet Fitness. It is leg day. Not a very exciting day, but a much needed day. push myself really hard. Hit legs. I'm probably gonna actually eat lunch in the Planet Fitness parking lot. Probably eat before I go lift. But then we'll do that. We'll take a shower and get all clean. And then I don't know what maybe we'll go to Wobig's, because there is a good college football game on tonight. I was thinking I was going to be gaming with the boys tonight, but because that game is on and they've got poker, I miss out on poker night back in Nebraska every Friday, and it just pains me. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll probably hit up Wobig, see what he's up to, and maybe we'll go hang out with him for tonight. So I think I actually decided I'm not hungry enough, that it doesn't make sense to cook right now because I'm not going to be able to finish whatever I make. So I'm going to go lift instead. I might just have a snack before, and then hopefully lifting gets me hungry and I can come back out here and get some calories, because I definitely need them. But first, I need to get changed. Legs, shoes. Probably sounds stupid, but like, I don't wear Air Maxes in the gym. Like, okay, these look like Air Maxes, but they're fake. Like, there's no actual air. I don't know how to explain that, but like these ones, for example, actually are air. So like when you squish, they squish. So when you're trying to train legs and you're pushing on something really hard, that's like nerfing you, basically. It's by adding a cushion on top of what you're pushing really hard on. So like, you don't want that cushion. So that's why a lot of people lift in like Vans and just skate shoes and stuff. That's what these are, skate shoes, because they're flat bottom, there's no arch support, nothing, and it just gives you the most like direct contact to the machine when you're pushing on it. But anyways, let's get in there. Let's go get a lift on. Gym mission was a success. I didn't film too much of it for two reasons. Number one, there was a lot of people in there, and like, it is definitely awkward to film, but it's more so like, I feel bad putting other people on camera that may not want to be, especially at Planet Fitness, like the whole judgment-free zone and everything. You know, like a lot of people work out at Planet Fitness to avoid stuff like that. So I try to be very respectful. And then also, for all I know, none of you even care about any of the gym like clips or content at all, but it is part of my day, so that's why it's in there. So if you guys do want to see more gym stuff, you got to let me know. If you hate seeing it, I guess also fill the comments. Either way, just let me know what you think. But we need to get some food in us now. Yes, we should probably start with a protein shake. Get some creatine and protein going. One of the most common questions I get about living in a van is like where I shower, and it like always blows people's minds. Or okay, it's like two responses. Sometimes people are like, oh, that's genius, but the majority of people are like, oh, you shower at the gym? And like, what they don't realize is it's actually more convenient. Like, I actually prefer it this way, just because it's so nice to be able to leave and be like fresh and clean and not sweaty and nasty. I mean, like, if you live close to home and you're just going straight home and you can take a shower, then like, that's one thing. But if you got anywhere else to go after the gym, now you got to do it all stinky and nasty. If you just take a shower at the gym, you don't have that problem anymore. But a lot of people feel weird about showering at the gym. I did for a long time, but now that I do it and I realize how many people do it, it's not that weird. Like, nobody cares. Oh, I forgot the creatine. I do prefer my creatine with like orange juice is probably my favorite, because you don't taste it at all. Even just that tiny little scoop mixed in with 2 giant scoops of protein, I can always taste like a difference. It's not like you can specifically taste creatine. It's just like, it makes it taste different. And I'm not, not a huge fan of it personally, but I always just smash these anyway. It's not like I'm savoring them. Just like that. So like, flavor doesn't really matter that much, but the gold standard stuff does taste pretty good, and it mixes better than pretty much any other protein I've tried, which is nice. I struggle a lot to put on weight. It's very easy for me to just skip a meal and lose 5 pounds. Like, that's an exaggeration, but it's also not. Like, it's ridiculous. Putting on weight is by far my biggest struggle. And prior to using this app, I had thought I was eating enough. You know, like I was actively bulking, trying to eat a lot, and I just was struggling. I wasn't putting on the weight that I wanted to. So I was like, well, I might as well start actually keeping track and see where I'm really at. And that really opened my eyes. It made me realize that I wasn't eating near as much as I thought I was. And so now this app automatically adjusts to like tell me how many calories I should be eating based on how many I burn. I also weigh myself every single day and track it in this app as well. So it knows what boundaries to set on my calorie intake. I need to eat 3,222 calories a day, 214 grams of protein, 107 grams of fat, and 349 grams of carbs. So I've got to keep track of all that. And as we sit right now, here, let me add that protein shake I just ate. And then we'll also add that granola bar I had earlier. As we sit right now, I've only eaten 980 calories. So I've got 2240 to go. That's a lot. It's 1:30 already. I've got a lot to eat. The problem is I'm not even a little bit hungry. So I'm going to try to force myself to eat a giant quesadilla here in a second. But having the appetite for the amount of food that I need to eat has by far been the biggest struggle. It's 3,200 calories is a lot more than you think.
All right, we're back. I just spent the last probably hour, maybe even hour and a half, mindlessly scrolling on Facebook Reels or Instagram Reels. I'm not a boomer, but finally have worked up at least a moderate appetite. Still not really hungry, but I need to get some food in me. So get these tools put away since I forgot to do it earlier. Get them out of the way. Jeez, just get in there. Just be nice to me. Come on. All right. Now to finally make some lunch. Last tortilla. And then I've got some chicken that I made up last night. So I don't have to cook that. Just got to heat it up. Take that. Grab some mozzarella and some cheddar. And, you know, there's some spicy mustard in there too. The really cool thing about this induction cooktop is it heats up so fast, like so much faster than a normal cooktop, I guess. Like, I'm gonna be on an induction forever from here on out. I'm also big on the cast iron and stainless. Throw our tort in there, start getting it warmed up. A little bit of spicy mustard. Take our chicken, just evenly add some in there. Might as well just finish this bag, it's almost empty. We just tuck it in, the sweet little baby that she is, and now we wait. I've always found like day in the life videos very weird, because like it almost always starts with that opening scene of like the person waking up. It's like, you know that they woke up, turned the camera on, got back in bed, and then like pretended to wake up. Like, but they're good videos, you know, like a lot of those day in the life ones, like they are good videos, but it's all staged, you know. So like I struggle to find that, because like a big thing of like what my focus is this year of creating content is authenticity. Like, I just want to show the raw, real side of things. I don't want to like try to sugarcoat anything, you know. But at the same time, like, you have to do some of that, like to be able to get good camera angles and show myself doing things. Like, I do have to set up the camera, walk past, and then go get the camera again. Like, you feel like an idiot doing it, but like, it's the only way to do it. I don't know. So there's also like that aspect of like the video, like a lot of times these day in the lives, they're like 10-20 minutes long. There's 24 hours in a day, you know, so you can't show everything. Like, I don't want to bore you guys just showing clips of me being a bum sitting on my couch just scrolling, but like, that's what it is, you know. My kind of goal is to just capture a few little pieces of my daily life. Like, I don't want to have to be exploiting myself all the time, just 24/7 recording everything I do. But I also love going back and looking at them for myself. Like, I make these videos 99% for me, because this is my dream, to travel around and live in a van. Like, I never thought I would ever be here. So the fact that I'm here now, I just want to like remember this as much as possible. I don't want to forget anything. And I've already like looked back and watched on my videos from last year, and there's so many like little moments and little things in those videos that I completely forgot about, that had I not taken the time to film them and put up these videos and like put my ego aside, I would have lost those memories forever. Here it is, mission accomplished. We did lose one little piece of chicken, but see how she tastes. I had the same thing for dinner last night, so I knew it was going to be good. Okay, so I did the dishes, but harsh reality of van life is that I'm an idiot, and I didn't pay attention, and I overfilled my water tank, and it leaked everywhere. And I only have one clean towel. I have no paper towels to clean this up with. I done goofed. He's excited to see you.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Spent the evening watching the semi-final college football playoff. Watched Ohio State roll Texas, which was nice. And then just had some good times, good conversation with my buddy Wobig. Hope you guys enjoyed coming with me today. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.